Hey everyone, welcome back to English Without Borders podcast. I'm Jake.
And I'm Anna. And this is the show where we help you speak English more naturally, one conversation at a time.
That's right. So, Anna, how's your day going so far?
Honestly, pretty good. I had coffee, I watered my plants, and I only tripped over my own shoes once. So, a win.
That's a great start to any day, honestly.
How about you? How's your morning been?
It's been good, a little slow. I woke up late, and you know that feeling when you rush around trying to get ready?
Oh, I know that feeling very well.
Yeah, I couldn't find my keys anywhere. Turns out they were in my jacket pocket the whole time.
Classic.
Classic, exactly. Anyway, we're both here now, coffee in hand, ready to talk about something I think is going to be really helpful for a lot of you listening today.
Yes, today's topic is a big one. We're talking about why you should stop studying grammar books and what to do instead.
This is a topic close to my heart, honestly, because I think so many learners get stuck here.
Same. So, let's get into it. Before we start, just a quick friendly reminder. If you're enjoying these episodes, it really helps us out if you hit that like button, subscribe to the podcast, and leave a comment telling us where you're listening from.
Yeah, we love reading your comments. It makes this feel like a real conversation, not just us talking into a microphone.
Speak for yourself, Jake. I like talking into microphones.
Fair enough. Okay, let's get into today's topic. So here's the thing. A lot of English learners, maybe some of you listening right now, spend hours and hours studying grammar books. Verb tenses, conditional sentences, grammar rules with strange names you can barely pronounce.
Right, like, what even is the present perfect continuous? It sounds like a math formula.
It really does. And here's the problem. You can memorize every single rule in that book perfectly and still freeze up when you try to have a real conversation.
This happens so often. I've met learners who can explain grammar rules better than I can, but the moment someone asks them, "So, how was your weekend?" they panic.
Exactly. Because knowing a rule and using a language naturally are two very different skills.
It's like knowing all the rules of swimming. The arm movements, the breathing, the kicking, but never actually getting into the water.
That's such a good comparison. You can read about swimming for years, but you won't actually learn to swim until you're in the pool, moving your arms, maybe swallowing a little water.
Speaking from experience?
Oh, definitely speaking from experience.
So today we want to talk about why grammar books alone don't work very well and what you can do instead to actually improve your English, the natural way.
And don't worry, we're not saying grammar is useless. It's not. We just think there's a much better way to learn it.
A more human way.
Exactly. Okay, so before we go deeper, let's share a couple of personal stories, because I think this will help explain what we mean.
Okay, I'll go first. So, a few years ago, I was learning Spanish.
Oh, I remember this.
Yes, you do. So I bought this huge grammar book. It was thick, like a phone book almost.
A phone book. Very old school comparison.
I know, I'm dating myself. But anyway, I studied that book every single day for months. I could conjugate verbs perfectly on paper. Present tense, past tense, future tense, all of it.
Impressive.
Thank you. But then I went to Mexico on a trip, and I tried to order food at a small restaurant, and I completely froze.
No way.
Yes, way. The waiter asked me a simple question, and my brain just stopped. All those grammar rules I memorized, gone. Nothing came out.
That's such a common experience, though.
It really is. And that moment made me realize something important. I had studied the rules, but I had never actually practiced real conversations.
That's the missing piece right there.
Exactly. So, what about you, Jake? Do you have a similar story?
Actually, yeah. When I was learning French in school, we spent so much class time on grammar worksheets. Fill in the blank, choose the correct verb form, that kind of thing.
Classic classroom stuff.
Totally classic. And I got really good grades on those worksheets. Like, really good.
Nice.
But then, years later, I met some French tourists at a coffee shop where I used to work, and I tried to have a simple conversation with them.
And?
And it was a disaster. I understood maybe half of what they said, and when I tried to respond, I was translating every single sentence in my head first, super slowly.
Oh, I know that feeling. The translating in your head feeling.
It's exhausting, honestly. By the time I translated my sentence, the conversation had already moved on.
That's so real, though. So many learners experience exactly this.
Exactly. And that's really the heart of today's episode. Grammar books can teach you rules, but they don't teach you how to think and respond naturally in real time.
Right. So let's talk about what actually works instead. Okay, so tip number 1. And honestly, I think this is the most important one.
Jake, go for it.
Learn grammar through listening, not through rules.
Say more about that.
So instead of opening a grammar book and reading, the past simple tense is used for completed actions in the past. Just listen to native speakers using the past tense in real conversations over and over again.
Like through podcasts, like this one.
Exactly like this one. Or through TV shows, YouTube videos, conversations with friends, anything with real spoken English.
And here's why this works so well. Your brain is incredibly good at recognizing patterns. If you hear a sentence structure enough times, your brain starts to feel when something sounds right or wrong, even if you can't explain the rule.
It's exactly how children learn their first language. Babies don't study grammar books.
Definitely not. Can you imagine a baby with a grammar textbook?
Sorry, I can't cry right now. I'm studying conditional sentences.
Exactly. But seriously, babies learn language purely through listening over and over for years before they even try to speak.
And that's such an important point for adult learners, too. You don't need to understand every single rule before you can start using the language.
Right. Understanding comes gradually through exposure.
So, practical example. Let's say you keep hearing native speakers say, "I've already eaten," instead of, "I already ate."
Right. Both are correct, but one sounds more natural in casual conversation.
Exactly. If you hear that pattern enough times, "I've already eaten," you'll start to naturally use it yourself, without even thinking about the grammar rule behind it.
It becomes automatic.
Exactly. Automatic. That's the goal.
Okay, tip number 2.
Let's hear it.
Jake, speak from day one, even if you make mistakes.
Oh, this one is so important.
So many learners wait until they feel ready to speak. They think, I'll speak once I understand grammar better.
But that day never really comes, does it?
It really doesn't, because confidence in speaking comes from speaking, not from studying more.
It's like waiting to feel ready before jumping into a swimming pool. You never really feel ready. You just have to jump in.
There's that swimming comparison again.
I really like that one, okay?
No, it's a good one, honestly. So here's a simple, real example. Let's say you want to say, I go to the store yesterday.
Which grammatically isn't correct.
Right. It should be, I went to the store yesterday. But you know what? If you say the incorrect version out loud to a friend, they will still understand you completely.
100%. And most people won't even notice the small mistake, especially in casual conversation.
Exactly. Making that small mistake out loud in a real conversation teaches your brain so much more than reading the correct rule in a book.
Because you're using the language in a real moment with real meaning behind it.
Right. And over time, hearing the correct form again and again from native speakers will naturally correct that small mistake for you.
It happens so naturally, without stress.
Exactly. Without stress. That's key.
Okay, tip number 3.
Let's hear it.
Learn phrases in chunks, not individual grammar rules.
Jake, explain that a bit more.
So instead of learning how to use modal verbs, just learn common phrases like, I would love to, or could you help me with something?
Right. Useful, ready-to-use chunks.
Exactly. These phrases already contain the grammar inside them. You don't need to understand every grammatical piece separately.
It's like learning to cook a full recipe instead of studying every single ingredient separately.
Ooh, I like that comparison.
Thank you, thank you. But seriously, think about it. If you learn the phrase, I've been thinking about, as one complete chunk, you can use it in so many real situations.
Like, I've been thinking about traveling this summer.
Or, I've been thinking about changing my job.
Exactly. Same structure, different situations. And you didn't need to analyze the grammar at all.
It just becomes a natural tool in your toolbox.
I really love that idea. Learning language like tools, ready to use whenever you need them.
Okay, tip number 4. And I think this one surprises people.
Go for it.
Have real conversations, even short ones, every single day.
This is so important.
It doesn't have to be a long conversation. Even 5 minutes with a friend, a language partner, or even talking to yourself in English counts.
Talking to yourself?
Yes, honestly, it works. I used to describe my day out loud in English while cooking dinner.
That's actually such a smart habit.
It really helped me practice forming sentences quickly, without any pressure from another person.
And here's a real-life example for anyone traveling. Let's say you're at a coffee shop abroad, and someone asks you, how's your day going?
Jake, a simple, common question.
Right, but if you've practiced short conversations daily, your brain will respond naturally. Something like, pretty good, thanks. Just relaxing today.
See, that response uses natural grammar, but you didn't have to think about grammar rules at all.
Exactly. It just comes out naturally because you've practiced similar situations before.
That's the whole goal. Natural, automatic responses.
Okay, I think it's time for our vocabulary review section.
Yes, let's go through some useful words and phrases from today's episode.
First word, automatic.
So, automatic means something happens without thinking, naturally, without effort.
Right, like after practicing every day, speaking English became automatic for me.
Great example. Next phrase, freeze up.
This means suddenly being unable to speak or think, usually because of nervousness.
Like, I completely froze up when the waiter asked me a question.
Exactly. We both shared stories about that earlier.
We really did. Next phrase, ready to use.
This describes something you can use immediately, without extra preparation.
Like, these phrases are ready to use in daily conversations.
Perfect example. Next word, exposure.
In language learning, exposure means hearing or experiencing the language regularly.
Like, the more exposure you get to real conversations, the more natural your English becomes.
Great one. And last phrase, toolbox.
We used this as a comparison earlier. Your toolbox is the collection of phrases and words you can use naturally whenever you need them.
Like, learning common phrases builds a strong English toolbox.
I love that one.
Okay, so now let's talk about some simple action steps you can take today.
Yes, nothing complicated, just simple, realistic steps.
First, choose one English podcast, show, or video and listen to it today, even just for 10 minutes.
Second, try speaking out loud in English for just 2 minutes, describing your day, even if you're alone.
Third, pick one useful phrase from today's episode and try using it in a real sentence today.
And fourth, don't wait until you feel ready to speak. Say something, even with mistakes, today.
Small steps, but real progress.
Exactly. Consistency matters so much more than perfection. Okay, let's do a quick recap of everything we talked about today.
So first, we talked about how grammar books alone don't build real speaking skills.
Then we shared personal stories about freezing up in real conversations, even after studying grammar for a long time.
We talked about learning grammar naturally through listening instead of memorizing rules.
We talked about speaking from day one, even with mistakes.
We talked about learning useful phrases and chunks instead of individual grammar rules.
And finally, we talked about practicing real conversations every single day, even short ones.
Such a helpful episode, honestly.
I really think so too.
Okay, before we finish, we have a question for you, our listener.
Yes, we'd love to know. Have you ever frozen up during a real English conversation, even after studying a lot?
Tell us your story in the comments. We really want to hear it.
And if you have a phrase you've learned recently that you find really useful, share that too.
We read every single comment, and we love learning about your experiences.
All right, that brings us to the end of today's episode.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today.
Remember, learning English is a journey, not a race. Every small step you take really matters.
Speaking a little today is worth more than reading grammar rules for hours.
So be kind to yourself, keep practicing, and keep showing up.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's learning English too.
It really helps us keep making these episodes for you.
Until next time, take care of yourselves.
And keep speaking English, one small conversation at a time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye!